Hey guys, how you doing? This is William Myers, Mantis Outdoors, back at you with another video. In today's video, we're going to be showing you a WeatherWool product. And what I mean by that is a jacket you guys have seen, if you pay attention to my videos, some of Chris's videos, even some of Ben from Living Survival, some of his videos, you probably have seen me in this jacket. And the questions just went from there. Hey, what are you wearing? What is this? What is this? Well, that's what I'm showing you guys today. I'm showing you this jacket. They have pants, they have hats, they have a full catalog that you guys can go through at weatherwool.com. One of the reasons why I wanted to show you guys this is because it's an American product. You know, when I think of wool, I think of, you know, when I think of wool, I think of
patriotic, American made.
When I think about wool, you know, some of the good stuff like Wool Power, -33, Icebreaker, that's all stuff that's overseas, New Zealand, Sweden, some of it's even made in China, to be honest with you. This is an American product, and I wanted to show you guys an American product, so I called out to these guys and I said, hey, I'd like to show you guys their stuff. Now, full disclosure, the stuff that I'm about to show you is not cheap. You know, one, it's an American product. Two, it's a superior product. Anything like that's not going to be cheap. But, you know, again, full disclosure, I had to pay for the stuff myself, and that's how much I love the stuff. He sent it to me, said, hey, if you like it, just buy it. If not, just send it back to me. I said, okay, got the stuff. It's like, yeah, I'm buying this stuff. Take my money, basically. So what I'm going to show you guys today is a product, like I said, from WeatherWool. And again, if you've paid attention to my videos, you've seen me in this, is a jacket. They have pants, they have anoraks, they have hats, they have all kinds of stuff. You know, but this jacket is one of the absolute best that I've ever worn. You know, and Chris is going to be telling a little bit about it. Again, you know, he hasn't worn it, but he has been out in the cold with me where it was just stinking cold. He's dying. I'm standing over here just, you know, okay, next video, let's do it. You know, I wasn't very affected, you know, but he had some of his best stuff on, and it was just that cold. It was like 3 to 5 degrees that day we went out. Yeah. But anyway, just to show you guys the product, this is it. You know, it's made from wool that they textile. I brain farted there for a second. It's made from wool. You know, the stuff that I'm showing you right now isn't blanket wool, you know, army blanket wool that's sent and made into, like, you know, anoraks or something like that. I'm basically talking about the Boreal Bushcraft shirt. You know, that is something that I wore for years, and it's a great product. It really is. This is superior to that because, like I said, again, he seeks this out at textile companies. They make it for him to his, you know, specifications, sent to him, then they make the clothing. You know, it's thicker, it's a tighter weave than blanket wool. This is made to be clothing, not made to be a blanket. But I digress. Again, that product is absolutely amazing. I've worn it for years and years and years. But, you know, just the fit of the jacket is nice. You know, it doesn't constrict in any way. You know, this is a very thick wool for somebody that may be like a ultralight backpacker going on the Appalachian Trail. You know, this might not be for you. People that like hike 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 miles to maybe a hunting camp or something like that. You know, then they're there at that camp for, you know, 4, 5, 6 days. Me, Chris, and Ben were out for 3 or 4 days. I can't remember, 3 days, 4 nights, something like that. 4 days and 3 nights. Anyway, and I was absolutely fine the whole time, and it was in the teens, 20s and teens that whole weekend. Again, just showing you guys the product. Nice buttons on the sleeves. It's got, you know, different settings that you can go there depending on what your wrist size is or how much you want the mobility in the wrist. Nice pockets. It's got pockets underneath here. It's got secure pockets that zip here, so anything you put in here is not going to go anywhere. And then it has pockets for your hands right here. And, you know, you might be asking yourself, Will, it's like 90 degrees out, dude. Why are you doing a video on wool? Because to be honest with you, I'm absolutely dying. I got to take this off. The reason why, again, stuff's not cheap. You know, I really want to stress that. You know,
it's the iPhone X of wool.
Yeah. You know, and I have been kind of hesitant to do the video because this is such a great product, and I want to give it to, I want to make you guys aware of this product, but the price is going to freak some people out, I think. You know, you could pick this up from the last year's model. It's all is juggled by the price of the wool at the time. You know, if he has to pay X amount of money for the wool, he's got to charge you X amount of money for the jackets. So like, I think he still has some models now that are in the $350 to $400 range. And if you call him and say, hey, I saw this video on Mantis Outdoors, he said you possibly have some of the older models that are in the $350, $400 range, he'll hook you up. These jackets right now are listing, the price of wool was astronomical, I guess. These jackets are listing in the $800 to $850 range, depending on what your size is. And I know that's just, you know, you probably are getting ready to hit escape or backspace or whatever, you know, just to get out of this video. But that being said, I have never, ever been in a more comfortable, a more warm set of clothing in my life, the pants and the jacket. You know, I didn't want, they have anoraks with hoods and stuff like that, just like the bushcrafter, I would say. But I didn't want that because, to be honest with you, I never really used the hood, even on the Boreal bushcrafter. So I just use a buff around my neck and then something on my head. That buff I can take and put it over my nose if I get really, really cold, things like that. So the reason why it's 90 degrees and I'm doing this video is basically to make you guys aware of this product. And, you know, if this is something that you feel is going to fit you, is something that you want, something that's better, superior than the Boreal bushcrafter, because I know a lot of people are wearing those, and a lot of people are interested in buying those, and even those, they're in the $300 range now, aren't they, Chris? They're about, I think they're close to the $300 range.
It's been a while since I bought mine.
Yeah, and that's an army wool blanket that has turned into, you know, poncho basically. Well, not poncho, but, you know, an anorak basically. And again, I want to stress this, not saying that that product, you shouldn't buy that product, because that's an amazing product in itself.
Still using mine.
This is better. I'm just telling you, this is better. It really is. I would be interested in probably getting the anorak from them and showing that as well. One of the main killers of wool is the wind, you know, convection. And this stuff is such a thick material and such a tight weave that Ralph from WeatherWool says that it's good up to 15 mile an hour, just straight gusts. You know, and I don't know what the wind was that time that we were out. It was getting pretty up there. I was completely fine, surprisingly, because, you know, the Boreal bushcrafter, I got some macro shots of like basically microscopic shots of the Boreal bushcrafter, the weave, and then this, some other material. It's wool material, but some of it, the weave of that as well, just to show you how tight the weave to this is. And even in high winds, which is just the killer of wool, this stuff was still good. I was still very warm in it. So, you know, like I said, if this is something for you, now's the time to either, you know, start saving up for it or whatever. You know, if you're rich, just go buy one. But if you're like me, you're probably gonna have to save for a little while for it. You know, just full disclosure again, I had to pay him like $100 a month for it, you know, and that's fine with him. You know, I think they might have something like a layaway program for people that aren't just stinking rich.
If you're not Liam Neeson.
yeah, exactly. But, you know, I wouldn't bring this product to you and it'd be so expensive. This is the most expensive product I think I've ever put on my channel. And when I got the product, I was in my head like, okay, this is $400. And then I seen on the website that it went up, and I was like, whoa, I cannot put this on my, I really freaked out. Like, man, everybody's just gonna hate this. They're gonna hate it. And I got in touch with Ralph from WeatherWool, and he's like, yeah, the price of wool jacked up, man. You know, I gotta, you know, they gotta make money. Their business, they're not in it for charity, obviously. You know, they're in it to make money just like any other business. So again, if this is something that you think is gonna fit your style of outdoor use, or even I use this thing in the winter just to go to work, you know, every day, because it's that warm. So if this is something that you feel that you're gonna love, and you're gonna, if you buy one, you actually will, I promise you that, you know, start saving up, make your orders at weatherwool.com. You won't be sorry. I almost guarantee that.
See, as Will was saying, I've not worn this myself, but there was a time last winter. I mean, we haven't had a cold winter in a couple years here, but every once in a while we get like this, like a weekend or something where you got 2 or 3 days where it's just balls cold. And that one day, and I'll try to figure out which clips those were so we can edit it in. We were out for the whole day filming, and it was probably, you know, 3 degrees out. Plus, I remember it was very damp, so the dampness is what made it 1,000 times worse. we were going through extended life batteries like crazy. The, you know, the lens, the aperture or whatever, and the camera was just like, just didn't want to focus. We had to wrap the camera with those hot hands things. I had all my best stuff on. I had -33 base layers on. I had merino wool sweaters that I picked up from like Goodwill. You know, it was like the cheapest insulation, best cheap insulation possible. Is just find the good wool at the Goodwill. I mean, I had all that stuff, but over a period of time, and it just being in one little area with that extreme cold plus that high humidity that you don't normally see those two coming together, I was freezing. You know, I was shaking and stuff like that, even with like my best stuff on. Will had this thing on, and he just like didn't give a shit. He was like, whatever, you know. So this is like something you want if you're worried about Ice Age or Day After Tomorrow, one of those things. Or if you live on Antarctica.
Yeah.
You know, anybody, you know, people like in Alaska. I mean, if you live in Alaska where like, you know, like 30 days of night, you know, vampires and stuff like that. You're fighting vampires at night in Alaska, you're gonna want this. So it's not going to be for everybody. If you're in a temperate climate and winters are kind of mild, you know, a $900 wool jacket's pretty crazy. But if you're in a place where it gets ridiculously cold for a long period of time, and you're going to be spending a long period of time outdoors, then yeah, you need stuff like this. I mean, and that's no different than the people that go mountain climbing and they've got the North Face jackets with like the top of the line stuff. I mean, all the best stuff costs money when it comes right down to it. Will's not saying that everybody that goes out and bushcrafts in the winter needs to go run out and buy this, because it's gonna be overkill for a lot of people, especially if you just do this kind of stuff as a hobby. You don't go out that much, and if you do go out, you're not out there that long. But the people that are out there all the time, long periods of time, and it's really, really cold, yeah, then I can definitely see, you know, the benefits of investing. And that's what it is. It's an investment, investing that kind of money in this kind of gear.
All right, guys, well, like I said, this has been William Myers, Mantis Outdoors, bringing you that WeatherWool product. Again, they have pants, shirt, jackets. They have all kinds of amazing catalog for you guys to go and check out. If you like this video, I appreciate if you click and subscribe or like down below. It really helps the channel out a lot. I appreciate all your views, comments, and support, and hopefully we'll see you out in the woods.